Hello, welcome to Chelsea Talks. Today we're going to do a special episode. I'm your host, Maiz, and this is
Miss Merchant.
Today we're going to be talking about Heroes, Cards, and Comics, the club that me and Miss Merchant are. Well, correction, Miss Merchant is the one who started it. I'm just the guy helping out with all of the other people. Anyway, so Miss Merchant, what exactly do we do in the club?
Well, first I want to say that it was actually started by Coach Lovett a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
He started the club, yes, and then he got super busy with baseball and football and other sports, and so he asked me if I would take over because he knew that I like this kind of stuff. So what we do is we just kind of get together and hang out and have fun playing games that we enjoy and sharing interests that we enjoy, such as like retro video games like Pac-Man and Mario or
Things like that.
yes. And then other interests that are shared are like anime or superhero movies or something like that. Most recently, though, we've had a lot of interest in Dungeons and Dragons. So last year I started a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and then Maize took over this year. Maize, tell us about what the campaign you're running is about.
So far, all of our players are on a quest to collect 4 mythical weapons that all share an equal amount of power. So far, only one of said mythical weapons has been obtained by one of our players. They attained a sword of lightning, or, well, katana of lightning, technically, but, people
Okay.
classify swords, katanas, it doesn't matter.
So, and then when they get these 4 weapons, what's the goal after that?
The goal is there's a secret villain pulling the strings, orchestrating the entire part of it.
Oh, they're going to have to figure out who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds fascinating. Yes, so you weren't there last Friday.
No.
Which meant that we couldn't play.
Yes.
Which was fine. We ended up pulling out the one of our retro consoles, and we played some Pac-Man and some Mario, and we had a whole lot of fun doing that. And some of the club members just kind of sat down and drew. Some people really just like to draw, so they just sat down and they just drawed, and they just enjoyed spending time with each other.
Again, it's really just a hangout place.
Mm-hmm.
So the club is extracurricular, correct?
Correct.
So in most extracurriculars, you need to maintain a certain grade average. What grade average is that?
Well, just like most extracurriculars, it's a grade average of a C, and that is what you need to maintain to continue participating in the club. Because if your focus and your interest is in your extracurriculars and your grades are suffering, well, then maybe you should be spending your time, getting your grades up and studying after school instead of playing games with people and your friends and stuff. So trying to help people prioritize is really the goal with having that minimum grade average there.
Is it just for core classes, or is it also electives? My brain.
It's
went
core
blank.
classes only. Core classes.
Oh, thank God. I am not doing good in my computer science class.
Well, you're gonna have to fix that because that's still important, but
Yes,
it
yes,
won't
yes, yes.
it won't get you removed from the club.
I'm going to answer my own question here.
Oh,
One of the things that we can do in the club is we can bring costumes. They just have to stay in the locker. We can't wear them, but until after it's over. Then
I see what you're saying.
and then you can put on, like, me personally, I have a steampunk suit for Halloween, which is going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to trick or treat with my friends, and it's going to look really good.
So you're saying that should somebody want to dress up as their character or something for the campaign, they would be able to do that after school with the club. Yes, absolutely. It's always fun and immersive that way. We play background music, we set the mood lighting, and we just try and get immersed in the storytelling of the game.
That's really important for me, because as So me and my friends, usually online, what we like to do is we like to do a role play where we're like role playing real world scenarios like SWAT team and all that kind of stuff. And I'm
Okay.
pretty good at it overall, but I like to narrate it most of
Right.
the time.
Which is why you make a pretty good DM.
So back to the DMing part of that.
Right.
Being a dungeon master is actually I took it for credit. I thought, hey, this could be pretty easy overall, right?
Just telling a story, right?
It's just telling a story.
Oh,
It's
it's
just
so much more than that.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that your players are listening. You have to maintain like where you are in the campaign by yourself. And you have to make sure that all the characters that you're using and everything like that, people will understand and have fun with it.
Right.
You have
right.
to control all of that.
And then they ask you, can I do this thing? And you have to decide, can they do that thing? Can they ride the pig? I mean, is it able to be ridden, or is it just, is it just a pig?
Speaking of riding pigs, like 50% of my players, they all grabbed a boar from the stables. So
Yeah,
that was fun.
Those are their mounts now. They're riding the boars for mounts. Yeah, they had the option of horses, but I guess a boar sounded just cooler.
A boar sounded more Viking-like.
More Viking, yes. I would like to see the club grow into more than just the D&D. I would like to see people bring in their magic cards or their Pokemon cards. I had a couple of students bring some of those, but they didn't really stick with it. They said that they would rather do the D&D, and that's fine and all, but I think we can do both. I think we can have some card games off in the corner and the side going, and also have a D&D campaign at the same time.
You could have like D&D going, and in my case, I'm bringing over. So this is only for the club. No one else try this. Don't bring this into your class. I might be able to, or I have to ask my parents, but I'll be able to bring in my PS4 so that we can do a Marvel versus Capcom tournament. One of our meetings. We could do it.
That sounds like something towards the end of the year, not an every meeting kind of thing.
Yeah, not an every meeting kind of thing though.
Special events.
Special.
Like today. What's special about today, Maiz?
Today's my birthday.
It is indeed your birthday, yes.
So
Well,
that's
7th and
really-
8th graders are able to join Heroes Cards and Comics Club. So if you're a 6th grader and you're listening, that's great. I hope that you have interest and you join next year. If you're a 7th or 8th grader and you're thinking about it, go ahead and send me an email or find me in one of my classrooms. I have a classroom in 6th grade and on the 7th grade hall. Come ask me about it, and we can work out something. We can make it happen if you have interest. You just have to ask.
So anyway, any other topics you want to touch up on?
I think that's all. I think that pretty much covers it. Thanks for having me, Maiz.
No problem.